Hello, fellow babies, and welcome. Thank you for joining us on a Ukraine update here with Operator Starsky. And what's up? Hello?
Yes.
Somebody mumbling there, but here, I'm going to hit the stinger, and we're going to let Operator Starsky give you a few headlines, and then we'll get this shit show started.
Oh shit. Hello, my friends. Operator Starsky here, and it's day 632 of the terror Russian invasion of Ukraine. More than 1,100 Russian orcs became better people in Ukraine in the past 24 hours. We know about 27 Russian tanks obliterated on the Ukrainian battlefield, 11 Russian BMDs, armored vehicles were destroyed, 1 captured intact. Also, 29 artillery systems were toasted, as well as 3 Russian multiple launch rocket systems. And also 17 Russian trucks were met their creator. Russian trucks met their sounds a bit cheesy. I don't know. The Vox Ukraine calculated that since 2022, 13,000 fakes were produced by the Russian propaganda. They produced 13,000 fake publications about Ukraine in other countries. This includes data on only 6 countries, which is Poland, Hungary, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Germany, and Italy. Only 6 countries. I'm not even mentioning all the crap they produced in countries like the US, of course, countries of the South America. And those publications contained more than 2,500 different fakes. From gay, Jewish, Nazi, Satanist fascists to the birds, the locust, the cannibalistic locust, and things like that. And I'm not even mentioning empty streets of Ukraine. Ukraine lost so many people that there's no people at all in Ukraine right now. I'm the only.
Yeah, Starsky's the only one left. Yeah.
Yeah, me and the dog. And one of the most recent fakes was published by the TASS. TASS stands for whatever agency Russians have. So it's a fake about a Ukrainian pilot which went to Russia and switched sides. And the reason they did that was because in the past month, huge number of Russian officers and soldiers gave up to the Ukrainian defenders. Again, Ukrainian defenders are a bit angry because Russians don't want to take them back. They don't want to exchange prisoners for the very, very simple reason, because we have a lot of them. and receiving so many prisoners from Ukrainian defenders will cause havoc in Russia. So this is one of the reasons, and also the officer of the military intelligence of Ukraine who reported this information added, "Don't believe fucking orcs." End of quote. So that's pretty much, it's almost all here, because more than 2,000 drones will be delivered to the Ukrainian defenders in the upcoming days. We have numerous FPV drones. I'm talking about kamikaze drones, multiple purpose bombing drones, and fixed wing drones, as well as surveillance drones. So we have, like, I have this crazy picture. I'm not sure if you will see it properly, but I will just try to show you this crazy amount of those flying machines that will bring death and destruction to the Russian invaders very, very soon. And that's it, except for the news about the top-ranked Russian general that was assassinated, apparently, in Russia. So his body was found in his house in a village together with his wife. And according to the Russian sources, they spent 1 week, already being better people than they were during their lifetime. And this time, no windows were involved, apparently, but I believe that some chemicals were involved, because, as we know, Russians love using all kinds of dangerous shit produced in their labs. So that's it. I'm done.
Oh man, that was good. I'm almost sore already from giggling. Okay, a couple of shout outs I get to do, and then Dunk, and then we're going to switch right over to Dave for a couple of comments. So L Hayes in the chat there sent in 26 bucks for the Boom Boom Fund. Hashtag Boom Boom. Woohoo! So thank you very much for that. In the pile it goes. Oh, damn it, I'm trying to remember the pronunciation here. Lynn Stefanitson has sent in $25 as well for the Boom Boom Fund. So thank you very much, Lynn. Jesus, I think I got it pretty close that time. And N Hill has sent in $40 Canadian, and that's towards the Christmas fund. So a big thanks from me personally there. I'll tell the story coming up soon again, but it's not really the time and place right now. But thank you very much. And wait a minute. Which one did I miss here? Then let me see, because a new one just came in, and now I got to figure it out. Goddamn emails don't go in order here. Oh, yeah, okay, yes, it does, actually. It's just that I couldn't figure it out, because N Hill had direct donated again for $40, and this time it's hashtag Boom Boom. So huge thanks, N Hill, there. That's 2 in a row there. It just happened again. So let's see. From Spy Federate Arena for the Boom Boom Fund, $15 donation. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. And let's turn over to Dunk to really get caught up on some fan funding messages there.
Yeah, sit down, grab a cup of tea, put your slippers on, because it's going to take a while. We have some gifted memberships from Secular Sakai. Aussie T gifted a billion memberships. Linda H gifted 2 memberships. Tridents Against Tyrants gifted a membership. Aussie T gifted another membership. Aussie T gifted 5 more memberships. And we have Danny Carver, who's a Shill apprentice, says, Operate Starsky rules. Not yet, but maybe in the future. And Cat's Cat says, welcome to Shill Apprentice, a new member. And we have Tridents Against Tyrants gifted another Shill's membership. So everyone's been gifted. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Well done, everybody. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, everybody look under your seat, and you get a little Oprah Winfrey of your own today. So let's spin it around here to Dave, and we'll get the viewers in for a few questions now, before we're already in catch-up mode, because I feel it coming today. Absolutely.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to race through some of today, but that's fine. One thing I wanted to quickly check, Dick, I've just sent a link to our sort of background stuff, and it's got some really nice illustrations of all the different vehicles, and sort of puts them out in categories, and you can see the adaptations of how sort of some of them have slightly different weapons or different tracks, and it really helps me, because for almost 2 years now we've been talking about it, and let's face it, a lot of it's gone over my head, right? Yeah. But I look at that and I just want to have somebody like Starsky verify that that's true. So some of that data is from a year ago, but it goes through all of those little adaptations on all different vehicles. We do have a question adaptedly from Tractor Poodle. Fooch called me and wants to know what your plan to cook for Thanksgiving dinner next week is.
It's a good question and really hard to answer because yesterday I had a Friday night chill stream with my friends on my channel, and I remember that on the previous stream I promised them to show some kind of Ukrainian food, and I failed because I opened my fridge, and basically what you see there is nothing, and I got like nothing in the fridge and 6 kilos of protein. So probably it will be something like, like protein cake, protein toasts, protein ice cream, something like that.
Speaking of which, when things are all like back to normal and life can be, its own thing again, a setup where we do a live stream where 3 or 4 of us are all in our kitchens preparing different things and talking about it and stuff all at the same time might definitely be a good idea. There's a lot of food talk around here.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta make like a mutual stream. I will show you 101 dishes you can cook with the protein.
And it's in the dog food.
Yeah.
But in the end, I can promise you, like in the end, Fooch will be like the strongest dog in the world. He will be ripped as fuck, like freaking Sylvester Stallone.
Is it true that you only feed him steak? Is that it? Is that true? I heard that from somewhere. Let's let people believe that, okay? Because I don't want people to think bad about me. Because it's actually Russian bees and their tears, right? That's a healthy diet for any dog. Next question, Sweet 70433. Can you tell operator Starsky I would like to give him a simple, nice hug? Brackets from a granny. Brackets.
There's your hug, honey. Awesome. I love it.
Now a kiss.
Yeah, and also
time.
using this opportunity, I would like to say hello to what the hell? Oh my god, I lost it. Oh no. Just a second, because I promised. It's very important. I think. Wait. It's very important. Give me just a second, because it's. I promised and I lost it. I'm losing it. Okay,
I can do a quick shout out here. Let's see here. Danny Carver, $30 donation direct through Ko-Fi, coffee, whatever it's called, for the Boom Boom Fund. Woohoo! Thanks, Danny. Awesome. Big shout. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I wanted to shout Robert Hamilton and his wife from Lakewood, California. They asked me to say hello to them to prove that I am real. So this is my humble confirmation. You are awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. See how well we've trained
exactly
this AI?
what an AI would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Little do people know that when we go live with Starsky, for this whole time, it's actually just been an AI deep fake, and he's just catching up on some rest. Probably watching episodes of Lost again or something.
Yeah, my true videos can only be found like on um, a specific section of the OnlyFans, but that's for premium subscribers, guys.
Yeah. You gotta literally sell your soul to the devil, but then you get in.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, let me, okay, so I've got to bring that up, do I? Okay, I didn't understand what I was supposed to do here, so here, I'm being told now. Where do I,
Is that by me? Sorry, I can't just say it on air.
yeah, and it's totally giving me attitude and heck. Okay, so do I just show the picture from the beginning?
Yeah, if it's the, it should be like a Seattle Times link, and it has all these lovely drawings of all these different Russian or Ukrainian vehicles. And then if Starsky ever needs to describe, oh yeah, it's this, we can just throw it up and be like, hey, this is the thing. So then people can see it rather than, because I'm just
here.
I'm just, yeah.
Before another pop-up shows up and ruins it. This is the worst site I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, it's such a shame. But yeah, scroll down. It's got like some useful info.
I'm scared too. Okay.
From last year, but yeah.
Okay.
And then it points out the map, former Soviet areas. This is now 42 show.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's pretty good. And then it's probably not fully up to date. It's been sent, since then, quite a few different vehicles, and they've been updated and tweaked, and just like any.
Yeah, we'll have to.
But
We'll have to put this link up in the Discord for anybody who wants to go check it out too. You have to navigate through about 7,000 pop-ups and error messages and warnings that, if you don't sign up, you will kill the dolphins. I mean, it's unbelievable, but, we got there.
I didn't get any of that. I didn't get any of it. I don't
They
know.
hate Canadians. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah. They're jealous of Vancouver.
It makes sense.
Okay, so
Oh dear.
let's see here. Where are we going?
There's a good question I've got.
Okay,
That's
go.
just been put
Yeah.
in. Sorry, yeah. Chuck Yemerts, do you want to ask Shills to ask Starsky about his body double?
We had a fight the other day. We had a fight and he lost.
That's funny. It's too bad that's not videotaped. That'd be a hell of a skit. Let's see here. Dunk, do you have anything you need to jump in for? I don't even know where we are now.
Nope.
You're all
Nope,
good?
all clear. Yeah.
All right. Well, look at that. Look at that. Something just popped up on my radar here. Tridents Against Tyrants just did a direct donation through Streamlabs, which gives us way more to play with for the funds than Super Chats, because Super Chats, you got to pay YouTube's 30% cut and stuff. So very appreciated. I thought I'd point it out at the same time here.
What a great name.
Yeah, Tridents Against Tyrants donated 41 direct donation for the Boom Boom Fund, and it says, "Victory to Ukraine and down with Putler the Clown. Slava Ukraini." And then in brackets, P.S. For those interested in assisting the TAT fundraiser, if Monobank has issues, the PayPal is, and there's a link. So I will copy that link and put it into the, for God's sakes, and it copied that instead. Okay, let me try this again. Hold on. I'm pretty sure that I could figure this out. Maybe I just have to open it. Okay, here we go. Copy address. Yeah, here's the PayPal. Okay, there you go. All right. That was confusing. Okay. All right, yeah. Streamlabs wouldn't let me just copy it. I had to actually open it in my email client and then copy address from there. I couldn't just copy the one bit of it off. I don't understand that. But Tridents Against Tyrants, thank you very much. Great donation to the Boom Boom Fund and a good message as well. So, cool. Awesome. Let's see here. There is... Okay, that's the one from Danny. And then there was a direct donation through PayPal as well. Or is that the same one? Tridents Against Tyrants came up as 30 American, which would probably be 42 in the other one. But it could be a separate donation as well. It's kind of it's doing that thing where it's not giving me all the information. You've heard me say this before. I don't understand why, but PayPal can be a real jerk to me at times. You don't like me at all. So let's see. I guess we're cool to go to Dave for a couple. Did we want to bring this guy up there? The whole the Maidan Revolution, Starsky there. What's his name? Mustafa?
Yeah, that's Mustafa Nayam. He was one of the activists. He was a journalist, and together with his colleagues, they called people to go on the streets. So the story behind this, the pro-Russian government that ruled Ukraine and the dictator Yanukovych, the one who fled to Russia after the revolution, he wanted to sign an agreement with like association with the European Union, trade association, which was amazing, which was so long awaited by our people because it was like one of the first steps towards the European integration. What Putin did, he said, and Putin, we know he's also known as Huilo, right? And he said, no, dude, you're not signing this one. It doesn't correspond to our agenda here. You will sign another trade agreement with like Russia, Kazakhstan, and instead of that one. And pro-Russian government switched their vector 180 degrees instantly, and they were gonna sign that agreement, which caused huge uprising, and people were furious. They said, no, we will be protesting that. So several days, students and journalists and other activists were staying there on the Maidan. I went there just to see my friends and show them my support. Never really wanted to participate in any, revolutions or something. But eventually, there was this riot police, those big bulls, trained to beat up people real bad. They were called Berkut. And they were used as this criminal regime as punishers, basically like punishing force. You can compare them to Kadyrovites in Chechnya. Basically, they are above the law. They can like kill, torture, whatever. Like they will never be arrested or prosecuted for that. So Yanukovych used them to beat up a lot of students, like helpless students there on the Maidan. And after that happened, millions of people went on the streets and they said, fuck you, we're not letting you beat up our kids. And this is how the revolution started. That very day, the protesters captured several buildings around Maidan. Well, this is how the revolution started. We started making the street guerrilla forces, like strong men, or at least anybody who could carry like a stick or whatever. And we started making those troops to protect peaceful protesters. And those were called hundreds, like each unit was called 100. And we had several hundreds of those guys, me including, and they were basically they were protecting people that were protesting on the Maidan from the police. Because police was completely atrocious. They kidnapped people, they beat them up, they did all kinds of crazy shit. Also, Yanukovych brought a lot of thugs from Donbass, mainly from like boxing clubs, wrestling clubs, like a lot of sportsmen, you know. And those thugs were used to wreak havoc among the protesters. They were used to attack them, again kidnap people, beat them up, and those were again completely atrocious. Police did nothing to protect our protesters, of course, and eventually all this grew into those tremendous clashes on the Hrushevskoye street against the police, when police started shooting at the protesters, and protesters started using their Molotov cocktails to fight back, and then police switched to lethal weapons, live munitions, and then first two victims of the police became Loki, one of the activists, and Sergei Negayan, the Armenian Ukrainian student. So those were killed by the police, by their fire, and this is how it started basically. So there were a lot of clashes. Myself, I was injured several times. One time during the clash with such thugs. Another time I received a bullet in my leg, but luckily it was a rubber bullet, not a live munition, luckily. But again, it was not pleasant.
No.
And later, the culmination, let's say the most decisive moment of this revolution happened on February 18th to February 22nd, when the snipers were used to literally just shoot the protesters that were only protected by wooden or thin metal shields.
Wow.
That could not protect them from live ammo, and more than 100 people were literally shot dead by the police snipers. And it didn't stop the Ukrainian protesters. They went all the way to the government quarters, and police ran away. Yanukovych ran away, and exactly on February 22nd, we learned that on February 20th, Russians invaded Crimea, and on February 22nd, Yanukovych fled from Ukraine. So basically, again, Russians started annexing Crimea 2 days before the Revolution of Dignity officially finished, and while Yanukovych was still a president of Ukraine, acting president, which means they invaded Ukraine 2 days before Yanukovych fled to Russia. So this is the story. It was a really, I would say, those days were crazy. I remember I worked in the strategy communications agency, and my boss let me work like during the in the afternoon, basically. So I would work until evening, then I would go to Maidan. I would stay there until the morning, and in the morning I would go to my job and sleep in the office until the afternoon. In the afternoon I would finish all my things and go to the Maidan again in the evening. Those days were crazy. So many so many memories, especially about my friends that were killed. I lost 2 friends. One was stabbed in Donetsk, because there was Maidan in Donetsk as well, Ukrainian protesters, and they were attacked by those pro-Russian thugs. So he was stabbed, and another guy, he was Chmil was his nickname, call sign. He was shot by the snipers. So that's the story.
Damn. Yeah. And, you know, basically that story is still being played out now, really.
Yeah, big time. There were crazy moments. There was a moment when the fuckers attempted to kidnap me from like when I was returning home. I was so lucky to just because back in those days we tried to keep low profile. Me specifically, I didn't do much photos, even though I have some of them, but we didn't do much photos back then. The pro-Russian government of Ukraine voted to recognize us as terrorists, and basically it was a moment when we realized that we can receive more years behind bars for participating in the revolution than for like murder. It was crazy. So a lot of things to remember, guys. Like it happened it happened 10 years ago already, and I probably forgot a lot of things, but some things I will never forget. There was a moment we captured a bunch of thugs. So there were those buses coming from Donbass to Kiev. The fuckers were just, hanging around on the streets, destroying property, beating up people, stabbing people, kidnapping people, doing all kinds of crazy shit. And we had to fight them. We had to protect our city. And one time we captured a full bus of thugs coming from Donbass. Oh, we have an air alert here in Kiev. So we had to protect our city, and we captured a full bus or several buses. And there were quite a few of those thugs. And we kept them in our headquarters. Back in those days, we were based in the Kiev City Hall, Revolutionary Kiev City Hall. We kept them there until the morning, and in the morning we brought them all to the press center. And in the press center there was a press conference where we showed those thugs, and they basically explained that they were hired by the regime of Yanukovych to fight against protesters. So it was crazy, and basically there was this big press center. We were bringing all kinds of thugs that were captured in and around Maidan to the press center, and all kinds of journalists, including international journalists, could see their faces, could hear their stories. So I remember one time, when we captured those thugs, there was this dude who said, I need fresh air, I'm losing consciousness and stuff. And I took him out, and we were talking, and he was like, well, I don't know why you captured me here, why you're keeping me here. I'm like, I'm just a designer from Donetsk and stuff. I'm like, why did you come to Kiev? And he's like, well, we were paid to just walk around the government quarters, the governmental district. Just walk there and show presence. And I'm like, well, okay, as you say. So then he was brought to this press center in the morning with the rest of the motherfuckers. And I checked his profile in Vkontakte, in the Russian social media, and turned out that the fucker was like an active member of a Donetsk MMA club. So he was like a fighter, but he pretended that he was like just a designer, just a victim, you know. So those days were crazy, guys. And one thing that I will remember forever is that I was sick 24/7. Like all this time when there was this revolution, I had, you know, like inflammation of those things. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the swollen glands.
Yeah, exactly. And they were inflamed and they hurt so bad for like several months, and I felt sick all the time because we had to patrol in the night. It was cold. We often had like tonsils, I think, or lymph nodes.
Yeah, yeah. See, those are people that are smarter than me, so we'll listen to them.
It's same here, yeah. And they hurt like hell all the time, and I couldn't eat or drink properly. And only in the end, I had some, you know, several days to recover. So I met the end of the revolution in Poland. I went there to recover a bit from my traumas, even though, like, comparing to other guys, they were not like very much serious traumas. But because my friends that were with me in Poland, some of them lost their eyes, some of them had like gunshot wounds, gun wounds, and they could not receive treatment in Ukrainian hospitals because police would take them. So they had to, like, literally bleeding, they had to find way to escape Ukraine and find treatment in Poland. And Poles were so much supportive back then. I remember that so many people supported the Ukrainian revolution back then. Like in our headquarters in the Kiev City Hall, there was like this stage, and above the stage there were flags given to us by all kinds of people who visited Maidan. There were flags of like Spain, Italy, Israel, the United States, United Kingdom, all kinds of European countries, and American countries as well. It was amazing, guys. And
cool.
Yeah, and then I was in Poland receiving my treatment and meeting different people. And around August, I received information that my friend Yurko Desiak, we were together at the Maidan. We were together when this statue of Lenin was destroyed, was removed from Khreshchatyk, from Bessarabska in Kiev, which was insane back then. And I received information that my friend was taken as prisoner by Russians near Ilovaisk in Donbass, and that's when I decided that I gotta go back to Ukraine. I gotta join the army. I joined the police special forces, and I decided that I gotta bring him back. Before the end of the year, though, when I returned, I learned that Yurko was exchanged. Yurko was exchanged. He returned to his family, and guys, we drank for 3 days straight.
That's the way to do it.
It was amazing. We like, I don't remember those days clearly because I was drunk 24/7, like 24/3. Okay. And later, after that, I went to my battalion. I applied. I submitted my papers to the battalion, and this is how I became a cop. And then I spent several deployments in the Donbass. And first anniversary of it was second anniversary of the revolution. We just returned from Krasnohorivka, and Krasnohorivka is currently being completely obliterated by Russian artillery. I just returned from Krasnohorivka, and I saw several teenagers there on the Maidan. And you gotta understand that people who participated in Maidan, they had this very cold feelings towards cops. Okay, even though I was one of them, but now I was wearing like the uniform, and they had trauma. Of course, everybody did, and they were looking at us, and they're like, "Why aren't you at the front lines?" And we just returned like several days before that.
Right.
And we're like, okay, guys, take care. So that's the story.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a shame. Yeah. Let's see here. We've got some shout outs we can do with Dunk and get caught up here. That would be good. Is he ready? Is he around?
Okie dokie smoky, yes. Just having a little flimsy moment with my mute button. But Aussie T, the monster. Shut up. Aussie T, the monster's coming again, gifted another 5 Shills memberships. And we also have some direct donations for the Christmas kitty. Wishing you all joy, shittiness, and warm feet from Betty Can, $35. Thank you very much. That will definitely keep Dick's toes nice and cozy. Catriona has sent another 16 bucks, Canadian dollars from. Hang on, Cats.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but we're allowed to do that. That's why I put it in.
Yeah,
That was said. Yeah.
I wasn't too sure if I'd oopsied.
Yeah.
And we also have a recurring donation on Ko-Fi for $15 from David N. And that's superb. And Silver Earth sent in with love for improving the Ruskats or the Rushis. Sorry.
Good one.
My reading is crapped up against Slava Ukraini. Thank you very much, everybody.
It's amazing how you can improve the personality and core values of an invader of your own country with a bullet.
We should
Thanks,
work
everybody.
on my reading abilities.
Yeah. Well,
One thing I wanted to tell about the Revolution of Dignity, there was a lot of fuckers out there who always refer to like Newland and talking about all those street fighters prepared in the secret camps by NATO instructors. So basically, it's like it's such a silly bullshit, guys. There were so many people joining the street self-defense, like from all around Ukraine. They were coming from Crimea. They were coming from. There were guys from Donbass. There were guys from Western Ukraine. Like there was a Canadian, guys. I remember a Canadian. Yeah, he was also with us fighting against the thugs.
probably drunk a lot.
No. Actually, we had very, very strict rules against drinking because.
That's why you only had one Canadian then.
Yeah, probably. So it was literally like that. I was responsible for the internal security of the city hall, of the Revolutionary City Hall, and every person that went into the city hall, this person was searched, and in case this person had like a knife, a handgun, I'm just kidding, but in case they had some kind of dangerous objects, we would keep them, there until this person comes out. We would hang out those things. But if somebody brought alcohol, this alcohol would be used to, water the plants growing outside of the city. Like, I'm serious. There are those huge, like, Christmas trees, growing outside. And those Christmas trees were, like, we sprayed them with all kinds of, like, cognacs and vodka and all kinds of shit and beer, like, because there was a strict rule, you don't drink here.
Yeah.
And people had to obey. So that's what we did. But regarding the people participating in the revolution, you can find like all kinds of footage showing like millions of people outside, and the pro-Russian fuckers who live in their convenient bubbles or in different dimensions, in Narnia, I don't know, they believe that you can literally buy all those people, which is bullshit. So there were literally common people like you and me who got fed up with corruption, with this Russian empire and shit like that. We wanted to be free. We wanted to be back with our European friends, and we wanted to continue growing as a European country. And we realized that we have to protect those people. Everybody who could fight would join those hundreds, and they were trained by policemen, by ex-policemen who supported the revolution, how to fight against police, how to protect our people with their shields and things like that. So this is what they did. We learned how to stand against police brutality, basically. Another thing, when this war began, when Russians invaded Crimea and when they invaded Donbass, what we did, we still had plenty of police, right? We already had temporary government, then we had democratic elections where we elected our president, our government. Again, nobody was installed forcefully. People voted, and all the world could see the results of those elections. So we still had plenty of police, including Berkut, including those motherfuckers, because partially they ran to Russia, but remaining guys who were not like corrupted, they were like, you know, ordinary cops. They remained. And what we did, we took the policemen who fought against us on the Maidan. We took volunteers from the number of the activists, and we formed the National Guard of Ukraine. So basically, this was the moment when we realized that in Ukraine, we have only one enemy. It's Russia, trying to annex Crimea, trying to take our territories, trying to take our integrity and independence. That's why police and protesters, no matter how mad they were at each other in the beginning, we emerged. I learned later, when I joined my brigade, I learned that I was throwing Molotov cocktails at my commander, and we still communicate well. We, you know, like we don't hate each other, and
it's not like you shot down his drone.
Yeah. So this is what happened, and those guys from Berkut who remained serving, they also went to participate in the anti-terrorist operation on the east. They fought against pro-Russian separatists and Russian regular troops pretending they're locals, and basically they cleaned their name. And like I don't feel you know, anger or hatred towards those guys. Some of them taught me a lot of things regarding the operative оперативна робота, трясся. Regarding my, you know, duties as a cop. So I learned a lot of interesting things about being a cop from those guys. So the National Guard of Ukraine was born at the Maidan, basically.
Oops, I was muted. I couldn't even hear myself in the headphone, and it still didn't click. Damn it. But yeah, that's cool to know, man. That really ties quite a few things in too. You know, that's cool. That's cool. So, because, you know, there's a pretty proud history and tradition of being a part of the National Guard then and everything too, right? You know, that you must wear that with extra pride knowing the story now, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so crazy. And another thing, again, how it happened, what was the timeline? So February 20th, right? 20th of February, Russians started annexing Crimea. They brought their Spetsnaz, they brought their troops, they started capturing different administrative buildings. February 22nd, 2 days after that, Yanukovych fled to Russia, and he also took whole budget of Ukraine.
Oh, that, yeah.
So basically, our budget was zero, and he fled to Russia. And then the annexation of Crimea, the process was already ongoing. And after that, Russians came up with this fake of like oppressing Russian people, and people don't really understand the very timeline, because it happened really fast. Even before the Revolution of Dignity ended, Russians already invaded Crimea. Then they sent Girkin and his goons to Donbass, and only then, like a month after that, they came up with this fake about like Ukrainian army attacking like peaceful protesters of Donbass, Nazi from Azov killing Russian-speaking people, and then after some period of time, right, Russians in Russia decided that no, we should protect them, and then they sent like their troops, which should have happened, according to this story, should have happened in like summer probably. And Azov basically emerged February, March, April, May, like 3 months after the annexation of Crimea and invasion of Donbass. It only emerged 3 months after that. But the fuckers still bullshit everybody that in a parallel dimension there was this period of time called Narnian time, and in this period of time Ukrainians were killing Russian-speaking people of Donbass, and only then they decided to the Russians decided to interfere and like save them, which never happened.
Wow.
So it was so crazy. They invaded Ukraine even before the Revolution of Dignity ended. During the time when Yanukovych was still the acting president of Ukraine. It's not because he ran away.
Right.
It's while he was still there.
Jeez. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go to Dunk and get caught up, and Dave for a couple questions, and then we'll start monitoring our time length and stuff here and whatnot.
Yeah, just a couple of quick ones to get in here. Daria sent in 42 Canadian for the Boom Boom Fund. And we have Mitch Anderson, who's now become a Shill apprentice. Thank you very much. Welcome to the family.
Awesome. Thank you both. Love the Boom Boom Fun ones. Every bit helps, right? Let's get it sent over. Let's go to Dave, and we'll get the viewers in a bit here. I bet there's going to be a few questions now. For sure.
There's more than one or two. Yeah, there's some interesting sort of trying to prioritize them, really. I'm going to combine a couple then. So Sweet came back with saying, I hope this info will be taught in Ukrainian schools. Starsky, please document for the future Ukrainian children, which takes me to the other point, which is from Teresa Ansbor. 2 months, Starsky, you should write a book.
Will be the most boring book ever, actually. But there's plenty of journalists, there's plenty of documentaries. There's this Ukrainian studio called Babylon 13, I believe, and they made plenty of documentaries about the Maidan, Revolution of Dignity, first days of the Russian invasion in Ukraine. So, like, I still think I should at least do something worth before writing book. Hopefully this time will come someday. If not, I will just become a happy drinker.
I think you should get together with a couple of people that are decent with comics, and you could have Operator Starsky comic book, and you could, you know, do some tales from, you know, this and then and other times and whatnot, and put together a little comic that would be really cool.
One thing I considered was creating like a computer game, but it would be rather like game/documentary. Like if you remember games like Band of Brothers or no, Brothers in Arms, I believe. There's like a storyline of an actual war veteran, and I thought about creating something like that. So there would be like a simple Ukrainian student who would go to Maidan to protect people and go through all those stages. You know,
That'd be awesome.
I considered doing that in like 2014 while I was in Poland, but then still, you know, it was too psychologically hard even to myself to think of it as a computer game, because, you know, like it was hard. Like for the same reason I'm still not playing first-person shooters, because I have a lot of that shit in my real life. But maybe in the future I will probably find some developers. Maybe I will write at least a concept of this.
That'd be it is a great idea. You know, there are some these days some half-assed decent little, you know, build your own adventure game type environments too. So it might not be all as much difficult now as you know. I'm not really sure. It's not my thing, but, you know, I've heard of this stuff. But yeah.
5 years ago, I did check out Unreal Engine 4. I know they've got 5 out now, and it's insane. But it should be, it's just becoming more user friendly, and more sort of indie developers can just pick it up. And like, we are morons, but we could just, you know, we could make a game in an afternoon. Surely,
sounds easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to work with the developers, you know, on the level like, guys, I will give you the idea and the story, and you just can develop that and take profit. And my mission is to make this product, you know, known.
Yeah.
And available.
And we'll be taking a fee of $5 million for the usage of his name in the story as well. So just getting
plus
that
5%, plus 5% on every resale.
Exactly.
There were so many crazy stories. There was this moment. So I was patrolling Maidan for the whole night. I was cold as fuck, and I was sick, of course. So I went home. On my way home, I learned that Berkut was storming the city hall. My guys. And I opened the stream, and I saw like them like beating people near this city hall, like crashing heads and stuff. And later, my friends who were still there in the city hall, because Berkut failed, they told me the story how they defended the city hall. So. As soon as Berkut arrived on buses to the city hall, like instantly, all the women, all the girls, like all the females from the city hall, like they were thrown out. Okay, like women and children go away. Like save yourself. And the guys closed inside. And so they barricaded the door, and there was this big, because it was a year after the Euro 2012 in Ukraine, we had this huge soccer ball like on the second floor of the city hall, and people from the second floor, they started screaming, "Let's drop the ball!" And they started like bringing this ball to the stair leading downstairs. They were like about to throw this ball down. And our guys on the first floor were like, "You idiots, we are here, don't do that," you know? And then my friend took this, how do you call it? Like a hose, right? To extinguish the fire.
A fire hose, yeah.
Yeah. So he took the fire hose and he opened the window, and Berkut was those fuckers. They were outside, like beating people, and he took the fire hose and he's like, "Open that shit!" And there was another guy. There was this valve, and he started like turning the valve, and my friend started like spraying those policemen with like cold water, and it was freezing. It was winter. It was like minus 15 Celsius outside. So he started like spraying them, and eventually they had to retreat and run to their buses. And when they ran to their buses, my friend is like, "Okay, you can turn it off." And the dude turns this valve even more, and the water goes like on people, and people were like, "What are you doing, you assholes?" You know. And then someone on the first floor, because there was a fire extinguisher hanging on the wall, so someone accidentally activated that fire extinguisher, and it, like, there was like this huge cloud of, you know, like white cloud, you know, and it emerged on the first floor, started going to the second floor, and someone screamed, "Tear gas, tear gas!" Instantly, all the windows in the Kiev City Hall disappeared. All the glass just stopped existing.
Wow.
Yeah, like all the windows were shattered, and everybody was like, "You idiots, that's just a fire extinguisher," you know. So it was really funny, and then I returned to my guys. Everything was already finished, and they told me those crazy stories. It was hilarious.
It's right out of a movie, man. Oh, that's awesome. That's too funny. Okay, let's see here. We'll I know Dunk needed a minute in the background, so we'll go back over to Dave for another question, and then we can do a couple of shout outs and stuff here too.
Sure thing. The only thing I just got to say earlier was if you ever actually did sort of make some sort of memoir or something at some point. I know Nick Suter from In Time is like an editor, and he's been successful in his own right for writing. So he's a good person to sort of get in touch with. And there's lots of little comments that I wanted to get through very quickly. Sweet, I'm not quite sure I understand this one. To Dave, how's the baby? Don't have one. Answers that question. Peter, try organising Game Jam fundraiser for Ukraine. Game Jams are wild these days. Marshall Jones, member for 2 months, has said Chuck Norris is going to have to ask Starsky's permission to die. That's an interesting one. And I always mispronounce this one. Is it Jilk? Member for 2 months. Operator Starsky, when will the swearing lessons start?
Oh.
I believe in one of my streams, maybe next Friday, guys. I will I will teach you some of Ukrainian curse words. But as for the baby, Dave, I think we're dealing with some kind of disinformation, because yesterday I learned that someone started spreading the disinformation that I have a baby, and now it's you. I think that there's some kind of informational attack or something.
That's funny. Oh.
Might just be an in-joke. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man, that's funny.
I'd love to get to Kathleen's comment. Remember, also for 2 months, Apprentice Starsky, the stories you've been telling us chapter by chapter since the beginning of the war, very interesting and inspiring. This is a moment in history, and your perspective is unique.
Well said. Here, see if it works. Goddamn thing. Yeah, he got it.
Does that work for all of us?
Yeah. No, you got to be on an Apple system. It's some new thing they've done. Hey, look, I got confetti. I thought I was going to get like lightning or something, or like, yeah, there it is. Okay, there. It's a ridiculous toy. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's turn to Dunk here, and we'll get a couple of shout outs in and see where we're at here.
Yeah, okie dokie. We've got Jonesy, who's been a member for 6 months, sends in $14.99 Australian dollars. Jonesy messages, it's for the Bird Pond, as if we didn't know. Tridents Against Tyrants sends in $5. No message with that, but thanks again to Tridents Against Tyrants. I'll say that 3 times fast.
There was a question in the chat. What does the middle finger do? So I tried to show like 2 middle fingers, right? And it also has an effect. It turned me into a douchebag. This is how it works.
Well, there you go. See, Apple's always got hidden tricks, so you just have to, pay attention and try to keep up.
if you're waiting for it to do something on camera, you're putting your middle finger in the wrong place.
Yeah. I on my Mac, I also have a little thing in the menu bar where I can trigger them if I want, just manually, so I don't have to bother with all the whatever. Oh yeah, here I can do that. 1 second here. I have to scroll up and find this. Yes. Here I will do that balloon one again because in the chat it's Mary Tyson's birthday. So happy birthday! Woohoo! Balloons! Happy birthday! There, I remembered, and I even used an effect. That's awesome. You'd swear I've done this before. Where are we here? We're just at an hour, so we got a little bit of time left. We should let's check in with Dave and get a few more viewer interactions in if we can. Because we have time. We want to make sure we get them all.
Good. I'm just thinking which ones to go to. Some of them are really, really good. Alexis, not that Alexis, obviously. Hopefully nobody's devices have just all kicked off at once. Operator Starsky, do the soldiers have good thermal winter sock? Should we start a socks fund, keep feet warm and dry?
Guys have all kinds of socks. Guys, don't worry about them. I believe that Ukrainians have plenty of clothes right now. I would not worry about our guys having nothing to wear this winter. Even though I understand your feelings, guys, but don't worry. Generally, Ukrainians have clothes, and we also have invincibility points to keep warm and well fed and connected in winter. So everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Well, shall we send the Russians more body bags instead then?
Russian body bags, yeah, that we will totally appreciate that because those motherfuckers stink like hell.
I believe, Dunk, you can just get them on Amazon. And nobody comes to your door just checking to see what you've purchased or anything. You just get any quantity. You can get 5, 10.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be more appropriate to get coal bags because they just put them in piles and light them on fire anyway? Like, really, what we need is for them to shovel up their mess and put it in a bag, right? Isn't that? Wouldn't that? Yeah. That whole thing where they were squeezing them into meat cubes—that's revolting, man. These people aren't human. That's just screwed up.
Yeah, there's a question from Benjamin. He asked to talk more about invincibility points. So basically, those are like tents organized by our rescue service. In those tents, you have tea kettle. You have plenty of like electric sockets, so you could charge your phones and stuff. There's always the generator working. There's always Starlink. So basically, if there's a blackout and it's really cold outside, you can bring your kids. One tent can accommodate like up to 50 people, sometimes more. And you can always stay warm and have like some cookies and tea. There's always policeman or two inside of the tent, taking care of people. And you can always, charge your phone and talk to your relatives or find news or things like that. So as of the last year, I'm not sure about this year, but last year we had several thousand invincibility points all over Ukraine, plus as many as that voluntarily organize invincibility points on the gas stations, in town halls, in hospitals, in pizzerias, everywhere where businesses could afford having a generator and some electricity to share and internet connection and things like that. They would invite people to stay there for free and charge their phones and power banks and have free coffee or tea, So this is one of the unifying factors for Ukrainians. This is one of the things that I enjoyed seeing last year in Ukraine, people being so much united around helping our citizens. And last year I made a video about one of such invincibility points in Bucha.
Mm. Let's see here. Where are we? I love the invincibility points. Hey, Rick, the Ukrainian's in the chat. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you, man. We're pretty close here. You don't want to be much longer there, do you, Starsky? We're getting a little bit late here. Let's see. Is there any shout outs we need to do? Dunk, I think I'm caught up over here with everything. How you looking?
All caught up. All caught up.
Wow. Look
the only thing we can
that.
say is Tridents Against Tyrants. Well, he popped his cherry with that super chat he put out. Yeah, thank you very much.
That's the cherry pop sound now. When somebody puts their first super chat in, it gives you that little thing. You can still see it on the screen there at the bottom. That's the message. That's what we'll do now. So let's see here. We'll just go around the table with little goodbyes and thank yous and last thoughts and whatnot. We'll go backwards. So we'll start with Dave. We'll run the clock around, but I'll go. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Dave.
Yeah, all good, all good. It's an interesting last little point here from the Happy Clam. Will Ukraine have the war wrapped up by Christmas? One word answer. Yeah. That's obviously a no.
Yeah.
It's just unrealistic. Yeah. Would be nice though. But yeah. Not for what needs to be achieved anyway.
Yeah. So any last comments or anything, Dave, before we wrap here?
No, all good. I think
okay.
What I think people should always do is do that thing that we hate pushing them to do, because I've seen us dip below 8K and then we've gone back above 8K subs. So
yeah, twice now. YouTube keeps taking a few away. Yeah. They're being vicious with us.
Yeah. So just make sure that if you miss the stream or see it live, because we get to this point in the stream and then everyone's like, "Oh, I missed it," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you can press a button and you get a notification and then you don't miss it." So all good. So you have some power and some control over that. So click it.
Yeah,
do it.
And the share button's good too. Share us out on social media. Let your friends know to come on over. Dunk, what do you think, man? Last thoughts or anything?
Yeah. Some amazing stories from Starsky then, and some of the backgrounds and the history and all the sort of stuff that he's been through, and all the people he knows have been through. It must have been absolute hell, and to see these guys going through it all, still to this day is really sad to see. And although on the bright side, I did see someone talking about Ukraine that once the war is over, Ukraine will probably be one of the most important and influential countries in Europe, and that would be amazing to see that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so, as long as you don't not better than Britain, because can't have that. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, great. Well, great. It's great to see you here, Starsky, as always, and great to see everybody in the chat sending out messages and love and donations and stuff like that. So until next time, everybody, Slava Ukraini. And I've just got one thing to say to Starsky. Just kiss me goodnight, Captain Starsky. Put me in my little wooden bed. Good night, everybody. See you next time.
That was awesome. So, yeah, everybody, remember, as much as we can do to support Ukraine, and collectively we're doing a lot, governments are where the real funds and the weapons and everything are held. So do everything you can to encourage local, regional, and national governments wherever you live. They got different names, but it's all the same. Do what you can to encourage them to make sure that your people are voicing support because you want them to, and that way we can, really ensure that funds and materials and armaments and stuff are being, funneled in and get to where they need to go. Keep on your government. It's a huge thing. Big thanks to everybody that's been helping to support Ukraine through the channel here. We're doing well. It's a constant flow. Lots are getting sent over, and we love you for it. It's the right thing to do. So we thank you all very much. Let's see. CF Beauty in the background running the mod team and the research team and everything for us. A huge thanks. Along with BME, Shayna Caldwell, Catalin T, Tone Ottenson, and Ali today, moderator team. So thanks, everybody. And let's turn it over to the man himself here for the last words of the show.
Guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being with us and for being awesome. And I would also like to refer to a question asked by I believe Silver
Earth.
Yeah, Silver Earth. What should I buy to my husband for his birthday? And I would like to say, just even though we are men, and we are whenever you ask us what do we want to receive for birthday, we usually go nah, I don't really celebrate. I will proudly cry alone in my room and stuff. So
that's what I do every year.
Yeah, every man actually expects something really, really special on his birthday. Maybe it's not even something big or expensive, but maybe something really, really small but symbolic. That's why I believe that of course 6-pack of beer will completely do. So with that, guys, I would like to hug every single one of you, and I would like to say that I love you guys. Yeah, much love from Ukraine, from Kiev. And the air alert ended in Kiev just now. So stay safe, guys, and we'll see you later.
Awesome. Oh, note to Mary Tyson, since it is your birthday and all, make sure that the one you love puts on one hell of a show tonight. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody. Oh, last minute super chat.
Last minute super chat from Tridents Against Tyrants, $5. Call MPs and congressmen, leave messages, talk to their assistant, make them listen. Victory to Ukraine.
Well said, Tridents. Love it. Tridents Against Tyrants. Big supporter today. Thank you very much. Good day, good night, and may the good news be yours. I just did Les Nessman.
May the birds shit on the Kremlin.
There you go. Yeah. If you happen to be passing the Kremlin and you have a can of gas and you accidentally throw it all over the side of the building, don't be afraid to light the match. All right? Take care, everybody. Good night.
It's over. Go home. Go.